I thought today I would give you a little peek at my Empties. Products are really special because when you're a beauty blogger, there's always something new to try. And so I'm always getting new products, either buying them or getting samples, or if I'm lucky, having brands send them to me for me to test out and review. But these products are all products that I've loved enough that I've used them down to the very last drop and then reordered again. And so I would consider these like my die-hard essentials. I still remember when someone who read my blog said to me, "What? This is the most amazing foundation? I thought that was the most amazing foundation." And it's true. When it comes to beauty products, they're constantly evolving. The science and the technology is changing. So I'll do my best to explain to you why I love these products and why they won out over everything else that I have in my drawers and medicine cabinet and top shelf. Long hair is dealing with dryness and split ends, which is something you don't have to deal with when you have short hair and you cut your hair a lot. Ever since I moved to Denver, I've also been dealing with extreme dryness. There's no humidity in the air here. That's how I can get my hair so straight here, because it's just dry all the time. But the flip side of that is that my hair is also parched. With that in mind, I'm a huge fan of the R&Co Palm Springs Pre-Shampoo Treatment Mask. I've used it to the very last drop. And one of the reasons I love it so much is since I put it on before I shampoo, I end up washing out the heaviness that you get from a lot of deep conditioning treatments. That heaviness is kind of a turnoff for me because I still want my hair to be thick and voluminous and have movement. So with that in mind, I love this foam because it really does moisturize and treat my dry hair while at the same time also not being so heavy it doesn't weigh it down. This stuff is awesome. Also has a really light fragrance, which I love because I use so many different things. Not everything I put in my hair or on my face or on my body needs to have a really heavy smell. I don't want to smell like a Bath and Body Works. The smell is very light, it's very refreshing, just the way that the texture of the foam is. I also love that it's pre-shampoo, so I can throw it in my hair, put my hair up, work out, run around, do errands, wash it off 2 days later when I feel like it. Yes, that's actually happened. I'm disgusting. Speaking of moisturizers, I have 2 moisturizer empties in here. This, the Glossier Priming Moisturizer Rich, favorite nighttime moisturizer for basically the top half of my face. I don't use it where I break out around my chin because it is a very heavy oil-based moisturizer. But that said, I haven't found anything that I like as much in terms of this texture, the feel, the smell, the way that it absorbs quickly, and the way that my skin feels when I wake up in the morning. This stuff is awesome, and it feels very luxe, even though the price tag is not super luxe. The opposite end of that is this Sunday Riley Enzyme Water Cream. This I'll use on my entire face, including the parts of my face that are prone to acne breakouts. This stuff is light as air. You put it on and your skin just sucks it up. It doesn't feel like you're wearing anything, making it the perfect daytime moisturizer. But it has such a hefty price tag that I really had to think twice about whether or not I was gonna buy it again. At the end of the day, I just couldn't find anything that I loved as much. I love the smell, I love the feel, I love how my skin looks afterwards, and also love that I can actually use it on my whole face with my combination skin. Sometimes putting on 2 moisturizers on 2 halves of your face is just too much, even for me. So these are my 2 very empty, beloved babies. So sad to see them go. Just use coconut oil. Sometimes coconut oil isn't enough, unfortunately. And when that happens, I am all about the Lano Everywhere Multi-Purpose Balm. Now, unfortunately, I threw out my empty, so this is my brand new one that I just rebought. I hope you'll forgive me for that. But I just couldn't resist mentioning this in my all-time favorites lineup. I used to buy it in these tiny little tubes before Ulta started carrying it in the big sizes. So I am so happy that now you can actually buy one of these bottles, which lasts me about 2 to 3 months if I use it 2 to 3 times a week. Why do I love it so much? It is completely scentless. It goes on incredibly thick and luxurious. but it doesn't leave your skin sticky. It doesn't stick to clothes, it doesn't stick to your hair. In fact, I just put it on before I filmed this video, and you can see that my hair isn't sticking to it, which is kind of a big deal for me because I need that extra moisturizer, but I find that the really heavy stuff makes me feel like a slug. It's gross, and my husband hates it, and my sheets hate it, so this stuff has been kind of a lifesaver. I know that lanolin gets kind of a bad name. I do have eczema-prone skin, and for me, it isn't a problem. But most people who suffer from eczema have some sort of reaction to lanolin. So beware lanolin-based products if you do have a history of eczema. That said, if you just have dry, sensitive skin, this stuff is a lifesaver. Lanolin is an oil that's produced by sheep. And because of the consistency of it, it mimics our natural oils better than anything else. That's why our skin absorbs it so quickly and it leaves it so soft afterwards, because it's the closest thing that we have to a naturally occurring oil like that our own skin produces when it's healthy and working properly. See, I've kind of used it to death. I'm saving it for a very special occasion. This is the Naiad Mastic Mask. Mustic mask? I have no idea. It doesn't actually say it on the package. It's very luxurious, discreet, Aesop style packaging. I have to admit, I don't love the smell of this stuff, which is why I didn't want to like it as much as I do. But at the end of the day, this is the best morning mask I've ever found. The way that it works is this mastic substance sticks to your skin, bonds with oils and other toxins, and then when you wash it away, you wash off all that stuff. And what it leaves behind is this very smooth, very clean complexion that isn't overstripped because it doesn't stick to your skin's natural oils. That's a big deal for someone like me who has dry skin that's also prone to acne and enlarged pores. This stuff is really, really great in the morning. You put it on when you wake up, you leave it on until you feel like washing it off. I know it says 10 minutes, but again, I left hair treatment in for 2 days. Clearly, I don't follow directions very well. Then, when I wash it off, it says just to hit your face with cold air. It's weird. It feels weird, but I really noticed the difference. So this is the Christophe Robin Sea Salt Scrub. I freaking love this stuff. I just got a Sephora gift card for my birthday, and of all of the things I could have bought, I bought another tube of this because literally nothing that I use has worked as nicely on my weird combination hair. Now, keep in mind, I have been part of the no poo movement before it was called the no poo movement because I'm lazy, I'm kind of a hippie, and I hate washing my hair. That said, when I do wash my hair, I need it to get really, really, really clean because I haven't washed it in somewhere around a week, or because I've left my conditioning mask on for 2 days. But I also need it to not overstrip my scalp. When I overstrip my scalp, I get dandruff, which is very noticeable in my dark hair because it stimulates the overproduction of those oil glands, which attracts the dandruff. Since I've started using the Christophe Robin scrub just on my roots, I've noticed that my scalp feels the right amount of moisturized, almost as if cleaning it with oil is helping it to properly balance itself. I've been able to stretch my hair washes out for even longer. I know that seems impossible, but my current record is now 9 days. And it leaves behind just enough grit that when I do my hair, it doesn't feel grossly clean at the top with like weird things pointing out. Also, it smells amazing, it feels amazing, and I've tried some of the other scrubs that are out there and just nothing works as nice as this one for me, for my hair type. It's worth it. It's worth the exorbitant price tag. You use only a tiny, tiny little bit. This little bottle lasted me for 2 to 3 months, so who knows how long the full-size bottle will last me, especially considering how infrequently I wash my hair. So if you're someone who has struggled with balancing dryness at the tips and oiliness at the roots, this may be an awesome option for you. Or if you're someone like me who doesn't wash their hair very often and wants a deep cleanse when you do. I actually pair this with another shampoo that I use basically from the roots down, and then conditioner, which I only apply from the ponytail down. A trick that I read on the internet. I wish I remembered who it was so I could attribute it, but it's really great because that little bit of oil that's in here conditions the top part of my hair that's closest to my scalp, and then from the ponytail down is really where I need help from another conditioner. So I'm a member of 2 different subscription services, and I love both of them. The first is Harry's Razors. For a long time, I was a devotee of the Dollar Shave Club, but the problem with Dollar Shave Club is if you and your husband use the same razor heads and you're not good at keeping track of who has the extras and you run out of them, it's impossible to get new razor blade heads. Harry's is sold at Target, including our local Target here at Denver. It's not just special Targets, which means that if you need extra razor blade heads, it's not waiting a week of not shaving your legs in order to get it. This has basically saved my marriage since my husband and I no longer fight over razor heads since it's so easy to replace them. And it works really well. And for me, again, with the razor burn, it's nice to have very inexpensive new razor heads delivered. The other subscription service we have is Quip. This is the empty container that your toothbrush head comes in. It's an electronic toothbrush that sticks to your mirror. It's very cute, very minimalist, comes in great colors like rose gold, silver, beautiful shades that you kind of want on your precious top shelfie. And it's so convenient. Every 3 months they send you a fresh head, a fresh battery, a fresh supply of their toothpaste, which I love, and that's it. That's all you need to do. You don't have to think about replacing your toothbrush heads. You don't have to worry about charging it. It really is so easy to have these subscription services, and I love them both, and I have tons of these empties around the house because I can't bring myself to throw them away, but they have cool art projects and DIY stuff for them, so stay tuned. That may be showing up on the blog. Hey, is anyone surprised to see that I have an empty tube of Glossier Boy Brow? I wear this stuff every day. On days where I literally struggled to get out of bed and wash my face, I still put some brow gel on. Now, part of that is that I've been growing my brows out for a long time, and those of you who've been following along on this blog have probably noticed how much thicker they've gotten. So one of the easiest ways to survive the trauma that is attempting to grow your eyebrows out is to never look at them naked, because you start to see the scraggly hairs in the weird places and you're like, I want to pluck, it's so bad. So just having one of these little tubes and doing a little shoo 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 is like awesome if you're trying to grow your brows out, because it really does volumize and it really does just give this very natural looking fill, which goes well with the naked face as well as it does with a face that has a full face of makeup on. There's a reason Miranda Kerr wore this to her wedding. Rosie Huntington-Whiteley lists it as one of her favorite products. And if I don't use it up, I'll throw it away for hygienic reasons. My beloved Charlotte Tilbury Instant Magic Facial Dry Mask. I love sheet masks, and I've used a lot of sheet masks, but I am incredibly fond of this one. This is actually the second one I've purchased, and each one of these can be used up to 3 times. What do I like about it so much? First of all, I tend to use masks like this for special occasions, and I tend to travel for special occasions, usually weddings. When you're traveling, sometimes it can be kind of awkward to deal with a very moist sheet mask. Or I'll get my hair done at my regular place and then got on a plane, and the last thing I want is to have that mask ruining my beautiful hairdo. I want to be able to do my face without destroying my hair. It hooks around your ears, so you don't have to worry about it sliding off. That's awesome too if you're using it on an airplane, because your neighbors are already looking at you like you're crazy without you slipping and sliding with some crazy sheet mask on your face. Next up, we have 4 different products, which I've used up in the last 4 months, which anyone who's been following the blog is probably not super surprised to see, because I do show up pretty consistently. These are the products that I use literally every single day. I love them. I go through them, I restock them. I'm devoted to them. So here we go. First up, we have the Niod Copper Amino Isolate Serum 1%. Niod is a premium brand from DCM, which is the kind of nerdy science tech skincare brand. It includes Hand Chemistry, The Ordinary, Hyaluronide, etc. This particular product is considered to be their flagship product. It is the best product that they offer, and I think for good reason, because the stuff is amazing. You'll notice copper amino isolate is an ingredient in a lot of very high-end skincare products. Chanel, Dior, SkinCeuticals, you name it, copper amino isolate tends to show up, but in very, very small doses. The very smart cosmetic chemists at DCM and NIOD realize that this particular ingredient works very well for what is very hard to classify: overall skin concerns. The idea being that you can target pores or acne or wrinkles or sagging, but there's something else that happens in this magical biochemical lab that is our bodies. Copper amino isolate is kind of that missing ingredient that helps bring everything else together. So it works to, as they put it, prevent all skincare concerns by essentially doing everything that your skin needs in balancing proportions. So a lot of times I've noticed that I can go crazy on exfoliation. I'll over exfoliate, creating a whole new set of problems. Or my skin will be dry and it won't be sloughing off well enough. This stuff, since I started using it, has really helped me find that balanced middle ground where my skin just feels healthier and better to take things on. I think I'm doing a horrible job describing this, so I'm probably going to do some more research on it. But at the end of the day, I will be purchasing my 3rd bottle of this stuff. I try to use it at least once a day, or if I'm feeling very luxurious, twice a day as the first step after my toner, because it's a very, very thin blue liquid. It seems almost insubstantial when you apply it, but I noticed very quickly, within the 4 to 5 days that they promised, a dramatic difference in the just quality of my skin overall, in ways that are hard to describe, but it made kind of everything better. And that's why I love it and why I keep buying it over and over and over again when I drain it down to the last drop. The second 2 serums are my morning serums. I use these almost every day. The Super Bounce, which is a hyaluronic acid-based moisturizing serum, goes on the top half of my face where I'm experiencing dryness, and the Super Pure, which is a niacinamide and zinc, goes on the bottom half of my face. Niacinamide and zinc is a powerful antibacterial, antibiotic topical agent that also helps with hyperpigmentation. So not just treating the acne, but also the redness and the acne scarring. Super Bounce with hyaluronic acid and vitamin B5 works to draw moisture from the air into your skin. Together, these 2 products are the perfect combination for my combination skin. And that's why I love them so much, and this is kind of how I got so into Glossier in the first place, because these serums are very inexpensive compared to other products that do the same thing. They come in these adorable packages, and they work, they're effective, but they also smell nice, they feel nice, and they look cute on my dresser. So, the Glossier Super Bounce and the Glossier Super Pure are both very empty right now. Anyone surprised? Probably not. Last but definitely not least is my precious Vintner's Daughter oil. Now, unfortunately, I managed to peel the label off, so you'll just have to take my word for it. This stuff is amazing. If you've been following along on the blog, you know that I wrote a post where I talked about how it totally lives up to the hype, and it does. This is my nighttime serum, and since I've started using this serum at night, I've stopped using a ton of other things. I still use my retinol 2 to 3 times a week, but I've cut way back on the retinol because I'm afraid that I'm over exfoliating. Also, this stuff really I can use everywhere. It heals and balances any hormonal acne that I get around my chin, but it also treats hyperpigmentation, fine lines and wrinkles, sagging, puffiness under my eyes. You name it, there's probably some sort of magic, rare, all-natural oil. I also love this product because it is in fact all natural, and so I know that when I'm putting this super potent, super retargeted serum in my skin, that it is in fact not doing more harm than good long term. I know when it comes to beauty products, it can be hard to think, okay, this is natural, this is organic, You just want results. But take it from me, as someone who's been through cancer, it's not worth it. And this serum is so effective, you only need about 4 drops a night. So even though it's very, very expensive, it lasts a really long time. This bottle lasts me about 3 months when I used it once a day. And now that I've started using it 1 to 2 times a day, it still seems, my new bottle still seems to be going strong. I really, really love this stuff, and I definitely think it lives up to the hype. So I'm not surprised to find it in my stash of Empties. Speaking of retinol, retinol is something I have a really hard time paying for. I have been on prescription retinols since probably my early 20s for hormonal acne related stuff. Now there are a lot more gentle, effective formulas out there than just that blue and white tube of Retin-A, and I realized that I didn't have to suffer through that purge and all of the other things that go along with it, and I could still find something very effective that was going to do what we want Retin-A to do, which is assist in cell turnover, which improves collagen production, helps with the prevention of fine lines and wrinkles, treats acne because it encourages the skin to slough. That said, the best retinol I found is the Ordinary Advanced Retinoid 2%. Now here's why I love it. It's super effective. As effective or more than some that boast a higher percentage of retinol, because the percentage of retinol in the cream doesn't translate into the percentage of Retin-A that actually goes into your skin. The ordinary version of this is incredibly effective and light at being absorbed. It's got very small molecules that go into your skin. I use it 2 or 3 times a week before I use the Vintner's Daughter serum, because it is a very thin consistency that I don't think would be able to penetrate below the oil. And it costs somewhere around $9 a bottle, making it less expensive than my prescription retinols with my copay. It doesn't smell great, doesn't have a bad smell, but it has a little bit of a weird chemical smell. It doesn't feel awesome. It doesn't feel bad either. It's this kind of weird, mucusy looking lotion, but it works and it's cheap. And for retinol, that's what you want, because consistency is key with this stuff, and using it over time is where you're really going to start to see the results. And of course, it's very helpful that it's non-irritating and that you don't have to actually go through that whole retinol purge when you start using it. So this is the Ordinary. So that's it. Those are my Empties for the last couple of months. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about anything that you've seen, I'm happy to answer them in the comments below, or you can DM me on my Instagram handle. That's this thing that I inserted using my handy editing tips below. I hope to see you guys back soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.